So here I have been telling everyone who is learning F5, whether it's an LTM module or a DNS module or a security module, or it is called APM. So there are 3 or 4 modules which are very, very important. First one is your LTM. Then it is called your GTM module also. Then there is a WAF module plus APM. So whenever someone is doing this, so I always focus that you learn first technology. When I say learning technology, it means you should know how to design your product, plus you should know how to implement the product, plus you should know how to troubleshoot. See, I'm not want that you won't be expert. You cannot be expert in all technologies. But at least when you're giving any interviews or any exam, or when you're working in production level, my focus or my team focus is that you can work on production devices after our training, plus you can clear any exam. Plus my focus is to clear interviews. So when I say that you do training or watch videos of us, my another focus will be, people say that, sir, I want to clear exam. What is the first exam I should give? This is the first question which I get from my students. The first exam which comes when you do an F5 is F5101. And guys, trust me, if you clear these exams, F5101 and 201, your value in market will increase. You can go to naukri.com or you can visit Gulf countries. Let's say if you want to travel in the world, you want job on site. F5 is a huge demand, but what they want, you say that, sir, I have a knowledge in F5, but I don't have any exam. I'm not certified. Let's say I have a student called Vidit. I have a student called Jigar, or I have a student called Angel. In that case, Vidit has cleared all his exam. Plus he has good knowledge also in F5. He has certified engineer and he's working in F5 from last 5 years. But Jigar is a beginner. He has just started his journey in F5, but he is not certified. So people will prefer with it. Nowadays, people are saying that exam does not matter. But trust me, guys, from last 15 years experience, exam matters. Your certification exam is mandatory. Why? Because F5 exams are not easy to crack. Never refer the dumps. There are no settings which will help you to clear exam. It's the hard work which you do. That is why it's in huge demand. You search naukri.com. I have many students in Gulf countries. You can reach out to them and ask about F5 demand. They will say if you are certified in Palo Alto load balancer, then you have a huge demand. So I always prefer everyone to start learning, at least start doing F5 LTM. Whether you are in cloud, even in cloud, people are deploying F5. Even in AWS Azure, people are going to F5. F5 has been introducing their new product. People are saying that F5 might go away. But no, guys. Do you know F5 has a product called Nginx? Do you know F5 has a product called Distributed Cloud Services? They have hired a company which has a product called Distributed Cloud Services. You might not have heard, but do you think F5 will get removed easily? No, guys. They have been working hard day and night. So that's why they have been introduced as a product. They hire a company when they come so that your students or your people who are working in F5 does not get impacted. You can see layoffs are happening, but it's not happening for network industry. So they have introduced a product called Distributed Cloud Services. You can go and search about this service called Distributed Cloud. So that is called WAAP product, which is called Cloud web app, and API protection, which is in huge demand, guys. It is called your SaaS service, solution as a service. So it's in huge demand, guys. And the real story is companies are shifting to cloud. So my customer says that, hey, Vidit, I want to deploy web, but my all applications are hosted on cloud. I trust F5, but does F5 has a service on cloud which can protect my application on cloud? I will say right. We have a service called F5 distributed cloud service, which is been introduced by Volterra. This is the company which has been hired. They have a Silverline product. They have a web for product. This distributed cloud service is a combination of your WAF, your load balancer, plus DDoS, plus API protection. Nowadays, guys, ransomware attack is happening. So that is why my main agenda was to make sure that F5 value is growing more and more in market. That's why you need to get certified. If you're not certified, you might lose the value. So first exam, guys, you should do 100 level, which is called 101. And this is the basic exam which you need to clear. After clearing this exam, guys, you will not get a certificate. But the prerequisite is you need to clear this exam first, which is called 101. And what is covered in this, guys? In this, it is called application delivery fundamentals. So 40% will be your OSI layer and 60% will be your F5. And trust me, guys, if you have learned F5 from me, you will able to clear this exam. Plus, guys, F5 has a practice exam also. So you can buy that. It is costing you 25 USD. You can see what type of questions can come in the market. Okay. Plus, we have a very good book available, Philip Johnson. You can buy that book and study from that. So I will share you all the links, but first my agenda is to tell you the path. This is my certification path, which I need to follow. So first exam, you need to go step by step, 101. So this is all based on your LTM module. LTM is called Local Traffic Manager. And what is covered in this exam, guys? Let me show you quickly. So this is the course content which covers your LTM, and it is called Application Delivery Fundamental. By default, F5 is a company which has a product called LTM, and this is also called Application Delivery Controller. Some people will say in market, in interview, what is Application Delivery Controller? Can someone tell me what is Application Delivery Controller or what is an LTM, guys? Why it is called Local Traffic Manager? This is the first question when I take interview, I will ask. See, anyone can clear the interview, but my first question always will be difference between LTM versus GTM versus ASM. Why it is called local traffic manager, why it is called GTM. And what is this 101? So this is called your blueprint. And this exam will make sure that you have day-to-day knowledge on F5 product, guys. So trust me, if you refer this blueprint, guys, nothing else will come in your syllabus. So refer this, and the version this is on 12 and 13. So version does not matter. People ask, sir, now F5 has introduced 16 version. Trust me, guys, course content does not get changed. Course content does not get changed. Blueprint is always same. Once you clear this exam, then only you will be able to clear 201. Before doing 201, you should do 101. So that is the path which I was showing you. First, you need to clear 101, then 201. Once you clear this 101 and 201, guys, then you will be called as a F5 certified administrator. So when someone tell, are you F5 certified ACA? So what is CA? CA is called certified administrator. And trust me, guys, will have a huge value in Singapore. You will have a huge value in Dubai. If you're looking for job in these countries, guys, I can give you. But you need to work hard. You need to clear exam. Once you clear these two exam, after that you can you go to directly LTM. So that is called 301. You can go directly to GTM. So if someone wants to attend GTM after 101 and 201, they can go with 302 exam. So they have a unique code assigned to every exam. If someone wants to attempt ASM exam, this is called Web Application Firewall, then they can give 303 exam. If someone wants to attempt APM, which is called your SSL VPN or a single sign-on, that code is 304. But for pre-request, let's say someone wants to give ASM exam, 303. Before giving this exam, you should clear 101 plus 201. That is the pre-request. Which is important, guys. Without that, you will not able to clear. If you're not able to clear these two exams, you will not able to attend ASM or GTM, which is called 302, or APM, which is called 304. Now, what comes under 101 and what you need to study? So in this exam, guys, 101 will have 40% OSI layer and 60% it will have F5. So how you can check what is the blueprint? You just need to go to this link. So KB article, you just go to Google and type this K299000360. It will give you all the exam code. Like what is coming under 101, 201, 301, 302. You can download this blueprint, which I was showing you guys. Now, in 101, guys, I will give you the quick overview what are the things which can come. So I will open my word whiteboard. So when I talk about 101, in this you should have basic knowledge of OSI layer. Like what is networking concept. And there is a very good book available for this. And there is a very good website which you can refer. That is called omnisecu.com. Very good website to learn networking, guys. Trust me, when I was giving my F5 exam, I also refer this book. So this will cover this book, or this is a website which will give you knowledge of switching. What does switch means? What does routing means? So that you can get good knowledge, because 40% comes from OSI layer. What is HTTP protocol? what is HTTPS, how DNS works. All this comes into picture because I have seen people, they don't have basic knowledge. So in this case, I always refer that you should study this. When you give F5101, this is my certification tips. You should have basic knowledge of protocol, how HTTP works, how TCP works. Do you know how many flags are there in TCP? What is three-way handshake? What is fin packet? What is reset packet? You should know all these things. If you know this, guys, you will able to get your OSI layer clear. That is the first thing which will be asked in your exam. After that, guys, once you are clear, I will open the website also. You can refer this. Go to omnewsaki.com. It is best website I always refer for TCP IP. Very good. If you just small topic are there, people should know subnetting, how IPv4 works, what is ARP. Everything is in detail, guys. Even with your diagram, you don't need to refer anything. Just refer this website. Trust me, you will get your basics clear. And even we have one Wireshark course. You can refer that also. Plus, you can always reach out to me for any assistance. This is the certification tips which I give to everyone for network basics. Now, if you understand this protocols, for even they will ask you little bit on IPv6. So they can ask you difference between IPv4 and IPv6. Plus, they can ask you address format also. People are saying, hey, this is an F5 exam, but why they are asking this? Because when I give 40% of 101, when I say when you give 101, 40% comes for OSI. Let me show you in blueprint so that you can understand. Go here, go to the syllabus, you will come. See, can you see section 1? What does it say? You should know what is VLAN, what is tagged VLAN, what is untagged. Anyone can tell me what is tagged and untagged? They will ask you. They will give you a scenario. They will add a router in between. And they will say what is source IP and destination IP when a packet moves from one router to another router. Let's say I have a client, then I have an R1 router, then I have an R2 router, then I have a server. So they will ask you source IP and destination IP. Can anyone tell me when a packet goes from one router to another router, does your source IP and destination IP get changed? Or MAC address gets changed? Anyone? My question is, does your source IP and destination IP get changed? No, guys. Only your MAC address gets changed. So that can type of questions can become. Can you say this? Given a scenario, you should understand what is the purpose of router. What is the difference between router, firewall, and switch? They can simply ask you what is the difference between router and a switch. My next question is, what is SVI? If I have a layer 2 VLAN, does I need a layer 3 VLAN also? What is the difference between layer 2 and layer 3? Trust me, guys, you should have basic knowledge. Some people does not know. So I'm starting from scratch. So they will ask you this question in detail, guys. So that's why I wanted to share this blueprint one by one. I can have multiple session, no worry, but you should understand this in detail. Now, guys, another thing which they will ask you about, difference between NAT and DHCP. They will give you one subnet. They will ask you what is the host IP. They will ask you what is the broadcast IP of that. Just a basics. So for that, you should always refer this website, omniusecure.com. This will really help you in clearing your basics, because 40% will come of this, how the protocol works, DNS, DHCP, how this works, how NAT works, how IPv4 works, how IPv6 works. Even they will ask you about the header part. So you should refer this. After that, guys, can you see how MAC address, how ARP works? Can anyone tell me what is difference between gracious ARP versus simple ARP? Why I need a gracious ARP? Let me tell you one scenario. Let's discuss one scenario in a F5. I have F51, which is active. I have F52, which is passive. Now these are in HJ. Now I have a layer 2 switch, layer 3 switch here, or I have a router. Now guys, if this F5 goes down, how this device's layer 3 switch, router or L2 switch will come to know that which device has become active? How they will come to know that this device has become active? Anyone? So they will send a gracious ARP. Why gracious ARP is sent? Gracious ARP is to send that, hey, my MAC address of my, I am down and I am, he will send a gracious ARP. He will say, I am active now, and he will generate his MAC address and send to all this. Can anyone tell me? Sometimes people report issues that after failover, my applications are not working. What can be the reason behind that? Can anyone tell me that after a failover, even it's a firewall or a load balancer, after a failover, application sometimes does not work? What can be the reason, guys? This is my favorite interview question, which I ask. After failover happens, my application stopped working. What is the reason? Let me check the chat and let me see the answer. No, Mirk, ARP address. What does ARP address means? There is one catch here. If someone tell me the correct answer today, I will give 30% off in one of my course. I need an answer of this. I will give you my troubleshooting course of Palo Alto in 30%. So I need a correct answer. So first two people will get our tech course in 30%. If you give an correct answer for this, let me see the answer. No, no, Anuj, that is not right. No, Kumar, that is not right. So Shine, I'm repeating a question again. Some people, my question is, I have F51 inactive. F52 is passive. Okay, both are in HA. Now they have downlink switches, routers, or layer 2 switch. Now this device goes down. Now this device becomes active. How these devices will come to know that this device is active? That is the first thing. So answer was gracious ARP. Now some people are saying my application owner is saying that my application is not working after failover. What can be the issue? That is the question. After failover, my application are not working. I need a correct answer from first 3 students. And you will get our Palo Alto Tech in 30% discount. So let me see the answer. No, Kaleem HA role will not come into picture. Round no. Guys, there is one catch. Imran Shahid, congratulations, brother. You are correct. So Imran is saying that your ARP table address needs to be updated. Sometimes in Juniper switches, your ARP table does not get updated. So very good, Imran. You can just share your number. You will get our Palo Alto Tech course in 30% off today. Congratulations, Shahid. Another, let me see who is right. No, AB, virtual IP still pointing no. Switch not able to determine if the MAC address no. So Imran Shahid, you were the first person. So Sakshi ma'am, just note down the name of Imran Shahid with his number and does not need. Okay. Okay. XYZ. I'm not sure what is your name. You are also correct. Very good, guys. So this is the way people will ask you the questions. Now, my next question for you guys in 101 exam, which people will ask. So try to understand carefully. I have F51 in active. I have F52 in passive. I have server 1, server 2, server 3. They are connecting to layer 2 switch. Then they are connected to F5 directly. Now, can you tell me what would be the server gateway in this case? Anyone? We have a concept of floating IP. We have a concept of self IP, non-floating. What is the difference between them? Your server gateway should point to floating IP or non-floating self IP when they are in HA. Let's say this is an internet. Sometimes customer report an issue where their applications are not working. In that case, what should be your troubleshooting approach? What should be the gateway of the devices? Let me see the answer. Whether it should be floating or non-floating. Anyone says non-floating? Bhupalan. Bhupalan? No, brother. What is the disadvantage of non-floating? Anyone? So answer is floating. So when we have HA, there are 3 IPs when we configure. One is, let's say my internal segment is 10.2.2.0. So there will be 3 IPs configured here, 3 IPs configured here. 1B would be its own IP. Let's say 10.2.2.50. Then they will have their non-floating. This one is non-floating and this one will have floating. So Bhubalan, you are saying that server gateway should be non-floating. Let's say server gateway is this one. Now if this device goes down, what will happen, Bhubalan? You will face outage or not? I hope Bhupalan you got it. Excellent, Kalpesh. You're saying that if non-floating is the gateway, then communication will not work. So Nishant, Bhupalan got it. Nishant, what I am saying is, Nishant did not got it. Nishant, what I am saying is, my F5 have one external network, then they have one internal network. Then they have server 1, server 2, server 3. They are connected to a layer 2 switch. This is active, this is passive. Now they have one floating IP which is called 10.2.2.50. This one will share a one floating IP which is called VRRP, you can say. They also have one non-floating IP. This has 10.2.51. This has 10.2.2.52, that is local only. Now my question is, what should be your server gateway, whether it is floating or non-floating? Some people were saying it should be this one. Some people are saying it's non-floating. Now I say that, let's say this server 1, server 2, server 3 gateways are this IP. If this device goes down, will you face outage or not? My customer says that I want my application to be 24 into 7 available. So that is why your server gateway should always be your floating IP, because this is shared IP, which is common across both the boxes. That is why gracious ARP is sent, because your IP is same, but he will update his MAC address. Excellent, guys. Yes, Nishant, now you have cleared. So this type of questions will come in your F510 example. So let's go to our blueprint. Now my question to everyone, can you see this 1.05? They will give you a scenario. They will give you router 1, router 2, router 3, multiple hops between your client and your destination. I say that, let's say I was two static route for same IP. What would be the preference, guys? I have two static route for a same destination. What will be preferred there? Which route will be prefer? Anyone? When you have different protocols, there is a term called, what is that term? Excellent. Longest prefix. Very good, guys. This question will become in your exam. Can you see this? Given a scenario, you need to tell the destination IP and the routing table. Which route will be preferred? So they will give you one routing table and they will have multiple routes for destination. So they will check what would be your next hop, which will be preference. So here it should refer your routing table. That is very, very important, guys. Now, guys, another topic 1.06. Can anyone tell me what does it means? F5 ADC application objects. When we have a load balancer, what does this application objects means? Can anyone tell me in the chat? What are application objects in F5? Guys, if you refer these videos every day, you will able to crack my exam. You need to be interactive. When I say what are your application objects, what are the common objects in F5? Anyone can tell me? So let's see the answer. Excellent. Rajan, you are not right. I am talking about application objects. So F5 LTM has three main objects. One is called virtual server, one is called pool, one is called pool member. Am I missing any other objects? Anyone quickly? Anything else you miss in application objects? Excellent, Imran. Node. Now, what is the difference between, so people, question will come in F5 exam. What is the difference between pool member versus node? So node is just an IP address of your web server. Let's say I have a server. So node is an IP address only. Now, what is pool member? Can anyone tell me? Let's say I have an F5 installed in my company. What is pool member? This question will be asked in company, guys. So pool member is your IP plus port number. So when you do load balancer, let's say I want to load balance HTTP based application. In that case, your service should be there, right? So pool member is a combination of IP plus port. So that type of question will come in your exam, guys, because this is a critical objects. So this conclude your number 1 section. Now I will unmute yourself